Welcome to the Fake Love and Flying Monkeys mini podcast. My name is Nova Gibson and I am your host. As an expert on coercive control and narcissistic abuse in domestic violence relationships, my goal, my desire in these podcasts is to support victims and survivors and their families. So please hit that follow button, subscribe to this channel so you never miss another episode of Fake Love and Flying Monkeys. Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Fake Love and Flying Monkeys. Today's episode is about evidence. The narcissist doesn't care about evidence. They don't care if you caught them in the act, you took a photo perhaps of them when they're in bed with the person they denied for so long having cheated with. They don't care, because when you produce that evidence to them, you are criticizing them and they will deny it, excuse the pun, in the face of black and white evidence. Why do they do this? Okay. Now, if you have screenshots and you've found out that they have lied to you, you've caught them with their hand in the cookie jar, so to speak, then all the narcissist hears is, how dare you accuse me of lying? They don't think that, oh my goodness, they've caught me, I should just throw my hands up in the air and say, yeah, you got me. They flip it around on to you, that the problem was not that they did what you're accusing them of and you're proving that you know. The problem is that you were trying to catch them out. You were sneaking around behind their back, and that makes you the bad guy. As you know, the narcissist will never be accountable for their actions, and they will find any way to flip it around on to you or someone else. It will always be someone else's fault. So they need to make you the person with the issues. And when you catch them out, it doesn't matter that you slap that screenshot in front of them. All they think about is the fact that you, who are beneath them, are trying to prove that they did something wrong. In other words, you're telling them that they're flawed when you're proving to them that they are a liar. In their mind, you are the one with the issues, because who goes around, looking for evidence? The problem is that you didn't trust them and that you've got issues with insecurities and you're paranoid. And then they will say to you something like, well, that's why I had to do it, because of your paranoia. And if I did do it, and that photo proves nothing, if I did do it, well, I was justified, because look at the person I'm with and how distrusting they are. And you know what? I can't be with anyone who does not trust me. And how confusing is this for the victim when they think that their abuser can't possibly deny what you're trying to make them accountable for, because you do have that evidence. The problem then becomes not that you've proved them to be a liar, but that you went to the lengths of finding that evidence, and that makes you the crazy person. It's crazy making when you finally have the proof you need that you were right all along and that their denials in the past were lies. It's crazy making when you prove to them that you know, and you know that they know that you know, and they still deny it. It is so confusing, and it makes you question your sanity because they have been able to wear your boundaries down over time, and that constant gaslighting has made you question your judgment and not trust your instincts. A classic example of this crazy making for victims is when they know their instincts are telling them that their loved one has cheated on them. They've had no black and white evidence in the past, but all of these little things add up to what just has to be true, which is they're cheating. And they finally get the proof. Maybe the narcissist left their computer open, or they left their phone lying around, and to get that evidence, you went through their phone and you present them with what you knew to be true, and you're so righteous because you got that evidence, and then they flip it on to you that the problem wasn't that they cheated. The problem was that you, how dare you sneak around and snoop in their phone. And so much of the time, this works because they have conditioned you to believe that you are paranoid. And this just feeds into it when the narcissist says this to you because you did snoop in their phone. You knew that they were private and they protected their phone, and snooping's not considered to be, a good thing in a relationship. You should trust your partner. So much of the time, the victim comes up with all of these rationalizations, even when they have the evidence, such as, I did snoop. I don't trust them. Maybe I am paranoid. And this is just the conditioning through the ongoing abuse, because the narcissist, with what they're saying, is proving what they've said to the victim all along, which is there's something wrong with them. So the victim thinks to themselves, well, maybe then if I've got something wrong with me because I don't trust them and I am sneaking around, maybe they had good reason to cheat, and all of these ways to minimize the abuse that they've got blatant evidence of and make the abuse not as bad as it is. If it were a normal person and they had been caught, you presented them with the screenshots. A normal person would probably throw their hands up in the air and say, yep, you got me. You can't deny it. But a narcissist will deny to get you to react. They will flip the script so that you were the problem, and whatever they did, they had good reason to do, because you're proving how toxic you are with your lack of trust and your sneaky behavior. So rather than feeling vindicated when they present their abuser with the evidence, the victim normally feels crazy, frustrated, because the narcissist still continues to deny it, and the victim starts to react, and they start to jade with the narcissist, which means to justify, argue, and defend and explain why they're right. And if you think about it, how crazy making is it to get to this point when you have essentially a photo of them in the act and you are actually explaining to them why that photo is representative of you knowing and having proof that they were lying to you. I need to stress again, guys, the narcissist does not care that you have evidence in terms of apologizing. Unless they're manipulating you, they just get angry that you are daring to confront them with proof of their actions, and they will set about punishing you rather than admitting to what they did wrong and feeling any kind of remorse. Now, guys, if this has happened to you, then please just know that it was never going to make them change. The narcissist doesn't think there's anything wrong with themselves, so they're not going to change because you have proof of their betrayals, of their toxic behavior. They may just get more sneaky. They'll get angry that you're accusing them of anything, but they won't change. But what I really, really want you to remember, if you take nothing else from this episode, is that if it has gotten to the stage where you are starting to record their conversation so you can prove to them that they said what they said, your instincts are screaming at you that they're cheating on you or they've lied to you about something horrific, and you feel the need to go through their phone. By the way, when you do that, that's because they've got lying issues, not because you've got trust issues. But if you are in that situation where you feel like you've got to get evidence to prove to this person that you know, then that is the biggest red flag you will ever get, that this person is toxic, this relationship is toxic. And if you can, rather than present them with the evidence, which is never going to have the desired effect, or certainly it's not going to make them accountable or have the same effect it would on a normal person, instead of presenting it to them or even looking for it in the first place, trust your instincts and use that knowledge that you have to get out, to put on your Nike shoes, so to speak, and run a mile, because it's not normal. It's not something that you do in a normal, healthy relationship, which is to record conversations and seek proof so that they will be accountable, and then they will try and make it up to you and give you a sincere apology followed by changed behavior. If you stay and try to make the narcissist accountable with your evidence, the only person who wins is the narcissist, because they get your reactions, they get your pain and frustrations, and it proves to them that they were so special that you had to go to these lengths to prove to them that what they did was wrong. And they make you feel crazier, if that's possible, than they did before you gave them that black and white evidence. And that brings us to the end of another Fake Love and Flying Monkeys mini podcast. Thanks for sticking with me through to the end, guys. If you'd like to have a one-on-one session with me, please just see the website link below. And don't forget to grab your copy of Fake Love, Understanding and Healing from Narcissistic Abuse, my book by HarperCollins. On that note, guys, until the next episode, always remember, you are worthy of love, and you are certainly worthy of a whole lot more than a lifetime of fake love and flying monkeys.